miles away, but we can find some comfort knowing that they are together yet. I'm sure that Nancy and their mom have welcomed her with open arms. Nancy looked after her mother her entire life. Nancy's mother was very protective and wanted her home all the time. Nancy rarely went out to socialize because she was being at home. She respected her mother and honored her wishes, even perhaps at the expense of her own freedom and happiness. Nancy's house was a safe haven for everybody. Her door was always open to anyone in need. She welcomed international students and gave them comfort of their own home. She treated them like part of the family by including them in birthday celebrations and family gatherings. She treated them to dinners at her favorite restaurant, Chrysler's, for their birthdays. This is way beyond what is expected of a homestead host, but she wanted them to truly enjoy the time and care for them. Everyone would agree that Nancy's house was home for all of us. One thing that stood out about Nancy was her love for her family and friends. The greatest joys were her nieces and nephews and their children, who she adored as if they were her own children. I don't care what mom told my girl, but she's the absolute biggest cheater. But I'm sure she just made to make me smile. We're so lucky to have a mom like Nancy. She always found a way to help and make others happy, never complaining about going out of her way. She never said no to anybody. No matter how complicated her request, she always figured out a way to make it happen for you. Every time I walked into Aunt Nancy's house, she would immediately hand me the TV remote. Didn't matter who else was there or what they were watching, she let me take over, even allowed me to watch The Simpsons, which back then my mom would want me to watch. And she never told me why. She always had my back. Aunt Nancy taught me about unconditional love. I was a handful. She never, and I mean never, got upset with me. She loved me for who I am. Through her actions, she showed me the true meaning of love and family. I'll never forget the Christmases and Easters at her house, where she invited everyone in the family, including her brothers, sisters, their spouses, their children, and their grandchildren. I love being part of those celebrations. She gave me Christmas presents and giant chocolate Easter eggs every year, even though I'm Jewish. She knew how much I looked forward to those eggs. Every day at her house was a celebration filled with joy. When I think about those holiday parties, I realize now it was her warmth and her love that held the royal family together. Nancy was my number one cheerleader. She came to all my hockey games, school plays, and talent shows. No matter how busy she was, with all her other nieces and nephews, she always made me feel like I was the only one. I wonder if she knew that that meant the world to me. In the last few years, I witnessed how love and kindness live on in the family. The way Annette, Marisa, Madeline, and Matthew, and so many others, cared for her was truly remarkable, and a perfect example of how she brought the best out of all of us. Nancy.